Hey guys, it's Jim here from JAGfx. Just thought I'd do a video up just to show you a few things, answer a few queries I've had, especially with regards to using the EAs. Now, I'll try and explain, like I've previously said, I haven't actually had an EA specifically built for this trading method as yet. I am thinking about it, and I'm probably going to do it eventually, but it might not be in the short term, that's all. In the meantime, I can use one of my EAs I've already got that I had built some time ago. I'll just bring up a Word doc. So basically I've got three EAs that I can use. There's the names of them: SMSF, which is the one I normally use, AFT12 and FX1363. They all use the same basic, they all use the same custom indicators. That's the MACD Platinum, and the QQE Advanced, which combine to form the QMP filter, something that you guys have all got access to. So those EAs use those same indicators, custom indicators, except they don't take into account the position of the MACD Platinum, which, as you know, is critical to this method. So that's why can't just put them on willy-nilly, you have to think about it. So I'll just show you an example of what I mean. Now, here we have a Aussie New Zealand daily chart, and I've put this vertical grey line here. Now, it shows you where I've got a blue dot down here on the MACD Platinum, which to me is like an early warning signal. That tells me there's a possible buy trade coming up. It's moved a long way from the zero. It's coming down now. It's technically probably against the trend with regards to the MAs, but just ignore that part. So now I've got this. Now this is the chart you'd be looking at. Now what I do is, because remember the actual QMP filter is a combination of the MACD Platinum and the QQE Advanced, which is right here. I've tucked it away so you wouldn't be distracted by it. So what I'll do is I normally put that on my chart. I don't leave it on my chart because it just clutters up the chart too much. So now I can see the blue dot in the MACD Platinum here, and the QQE Advanced is nowhere near crossing. So all I do is every day I just keep an eye on that QQE Advanced down at the bottom thing, and it's getting close there. Getting close to a cross, still got a blue dot here, so I know there's a blue dot coming up on here sometime, because that blue dot is a combination of this blue dot and a cross on this one. So one more day, the cross looks like it's happened, but it's not quite there. So what I do is I just go to my EA list, SMSF, double click on that baby, inputs. Now, with regards to EAs or expert advisors or trading robots, whatever you want to call them, you can load like settings, so you don't have to put the same settings in every time. But I'll just show you this one. It's got a higher time frame filter. It's got a couple other filters, moving average, so I just ignore them because I know all I want is that cross on the QQE and the MACD Platinum combined, and that's all I'm looking for. So here, like I've got stop loss, I'll just make that 0. Take profit, make 0. Get rid of the money management, make that false. Put my size in, which is normally 0.05. Get rid of my Friday close time. Get rid of all these other filters. So it's just a matter of setting it up. It doesn't take long, as I said. I've got it loaded in here, so I don't have to do this every time. No trailing stop, no break even. So it's all good. Press enter. Pardon me. Press enter. Puts the EA on the chart on the right. Get the little smiley face. Got the EA details on the left. I go to bed, and if that cross happens here, and on the open of the next candle, that EA would take that trade, because that EA is based on a MACD Platinum dot and a QQE Advanced dot, cross. So it's basically the same as what I'm looking for. So once I'm in, I get in the trade next day, 2 days later, in there, on the open there, just right click on the chart, go to Expert Advisors, remove, EA is gone. Simple as that. Show you another example. So there's a red dot there. Again, no crosses yet. So just move it across, getting close, put the EA on the chart. Not a very good trade, not method 1 anyway, method 2 would be good. So keep on going along. New red dot, here we go. Cross nowhere near it yet, wouldn't be bothered putting the EA on yet for a couple of days. Just watch it, just watch that QQE advanced indicator. And when it gets close, then I'll just put the EA on the chart and the EA will pick it up, then I'll remove it. Simple as that. As I said, I've got 3 EAs. Pardon me. Should have got myself a drink of water before I started this. I've got myself 3 EAs. They all use the MACD Platinum and the QQE Advanced. They've just got slightly different ways of looking at things. I can change my stop loss to different areas. I can do re-entries on one of them. And that's between the SMSF and the AFT. I don't want to confuse you all these initials and jargon and that. The FX1363 is slightly different. That's similar to what I'm using on method 2, where it does a not a loss recovery, but it adds to positions. So actually I can probably show you one. Just go to my strategy tester. Now all these EAs are available to anyone that if you ask nicely, I'll give them to you for free, no problems at all, but generally I'll give them away as a bit of a bonus for reviews on Amazon from the books. Hard to get reviews on Amazon, and that's what sort of helps with their ratings and rankings, etc. So it's always appreciated, so I like to give something in return. Alright, I've just got the strategy tester up here on MT4, and I've got the New Zealand Canadian 1 hour. I'm using the FX1363 from the 1st of January 2016 to the 20th of September, basically a couple of days ago, so this year. I haven't got it on, I've just run it on control points to make it go quicker. Now keep in mind, strategy tester is not an accurate reflection on how an EA will go, but it will give you certainly give you a good idea on how an EA should perform or what it should do. So it is a good tool. It's not perfect, but it is good. Now let's have a look at the properties. So this is just the FX1363. Again, I've got the high time frame. There's your MACD and your QQE advanced settings for the high time frame. We have a filter for a moving average, 2 filters there for moving average. Here's the indicator settings for the, again, the MACD Platinum, the QQE Advanced, maximum cycles, first lots, subsequent lots. There's my lot order multiplier. You know how to do the 135 stuff on the other charts. That's exactly what that is. That puts it in there. Trading times, use trailing stop. So basically I'm just aiming for 120 pips. So as soon as it's activated 120, it stops at 0. The reason I just don't use a hard target for that is because with the trailing stop part of this, it doesn't take extra trades if it hasn't got the target, just keeps on running if it's in profit. No filters to exit. Let's have a quick look. I'll just run this quickly and I want to show you some other things. So yeah, that'd be right. My start button's under here somewhere. I'll just move my face out of the way. There we go. So it's just run the everything's in the way. So there's a sample. That's it finished. That's the graph. The equity curve started off at 10,000, ended up at 20,000. So basically 100% for a year. These green dots, lines down the bottom represent the volume. So the small one's the 0.1. The next medium one's 0.3. Don't worry about what it says in the cursor. It's 1 out, and that's their 0.5. So you see you get a few 0.5s in a row. So just have a look at the report. This is just a quick example. So there's your profit, 10,247. Profit factor 2.6. Maximum drawdown of $1,592. 261 trades. There's your actual drawdown, 19% or 2,800. 72% roughly winning trades. Shows you your largest profit trade, largest loss trade, average profit, average loss. So you know, it's just a lot of details on how the trade performed, but it's not a bad EA this one, but it can get you in trouble. So that's probably too good an example to show you actually. Alright, so the EAs, it just uses a tool to help me with my trading. Until I design one or build one that's specifically for these methods, I'll just keep on using my old EAs, which I have to actually do a bit of thinking, a bit of work, a bit of setting up, etc. So they're not hard to use, but they're handy because, as I said, the 4 o'clock, the daily candle for me in Vietnam is 4 a.m. in the morning, and generally I like to be in bed at 4 a.m. even though at the moment I'm actually up at 4 hours, which is a bit of a pain, but trying something new. So that's that. Hopefully that explains the EAs. Now, I just want to go over the spreadsheet, guys. Now, I'll put this and make a note of this every day on my Facebook group, just saying, I hope you have a look at it, show you what's happening. These are my spreadsheets. I basically do the same for all my trading. Just it's colour coded. I know there's a lot of probably numbers there, but the more blue you see, the better. Blue's good, red's bad. So normally I write, sort of give a basic idea of my system. That's normally marked in yellow. Then I just go through the trades, and I try to keep pretty good records because this is my full-time job, and I just like to make sure everything's right for tax, etc. So blue's basically a winning trade. Red, that ugly red colour there, is a losing trade, and the green down here is basically a break even. So I like to keep running totals, and as you can see, we started this back. This is the method 1, so this is on the Go Markets account. Started this back on the 28th of July, so basically end of July. And here we've got a running total. The total only runs as far as the last closed trade, which is down here. No, we're still going. So we've got the Australian Canadian still open, partial close, made a little bit of profit, so that just gets tacked on. So what's that, to the 31st of August roughly, so just over a month, so 2,800 pips give or take, about $608. Not a great deal of money, but small position sizes, and when I changed to the 0.01, 0.02 to 0.05, I had a few losses there, so that's all good. As you can see, we've got plenty of trades still happening. A few losses there, but a lot of yellow, and the yellow just basically tells me that I've only had a partial close, or still got more to go. So that's going well. We'll just skip over to the Pepperstone one. This is the one that adds to positions. It's probably nowhere near as active. Let's have it go up a bit. No, it's a grind, this one. So we still got, see, from the 29th to the 7th, or 29th of July for you Americans, because I don't want to confuse you. The Euros, Swiss franc still open. So that's why there's not much in the way of action, but same deal. I think this account will actually go better than the other account, but it's going to take a while before it warms up. I've got to get a few big trades moving in my favour, and that's when you'll see some real good, decent moves on this. And the other method is the one I've got to be up at 4 o'clock every 4 hours. Is just trialling something using a 4-hour chart, trading off the 30 minutes charts, and it's proving okay so far. I'm just using very docile pairs, so you can keep an eye on that. I'm not going to explain it yet. You can watch it. I'll keep the spreadsheets up, not necessarily live, but they're as good as. I think that's about it, guys. I might just have a quick look through the what's that, Euro CHF. Stand by, I've lost it. Can't believe I've lost the chart. Here it is. Alright, move my face again. This sucker is giving me some grief. This is the one that's on Pepperstone. You can see my 3 entries, sell, sell, sell. It's basically gone nowhere. Here's my break even. But because I've got some swap involved, there's 3 trades, there's a bit of swap built up. I've got to get it actually down, probably down where that low was. That would have been good to take there. But I've got a brand new red candle today, a red dot on the QMP today, and red dot down here, and even though it's below the MACD plate, I'm just going to give it a little bit of time, see if I can get something out of it. Like that's 37 days across there, and that's a lot of time, a lot of patience, courage, and discipline. Someone said that before, I'm not sure who. All right, guys. Anyway, hopefully that explains the EAs to you and gives you a bit of an idea of the spreadsheets. Anyone's got any questions or even wants to talk Facebook in general, that Facebook group's not all about me. You guys can hook in, feel free to contribute. I look forward to it, whether it's a different method or you want questions about my method or a hybrid or whatever, like it's all cool, it's all good. All right, thanks very much for that, and I'll get this up very shortly. Bye for now.